The Harappans were a mixture of first Indians and West Asians. Just some pictures of Harappan cities. You would have seen many of them. This is from Dholavira. It's an amazing site to visit. If you haven't been there, you should, because many of the superstructure is gone, but whatever you can still see, the robustness with which things were built, the scale of the ambition, you are struck by it. It's 4,600 years ago, and there's a stadium, and there are stands for people. You can imagine what that stadium was used for, and there are when they are building those the roads, they are making sure that if there are carts and all going around, they don't get the buildings are not hurt. So their stones are placed in such a manner. This is the largest reservoirs ever built at that time would be in Dholavira, because they had a problem with water. So you found all kinds of ingenious ways to save every bit of water, whether it is rainwater or coming from the river. Absolutely amazing. You couldn't see anything like that ever earlier. That's just a street. There's nothing there, but why is it there? I've taken that picture because when you stand there, it's difficult not to let the image of people, our ancestors, walking down those streets, because this was a thriving city 4,600 years ago. And you had to then wait until the Mauryas came along. That's almost 1,500 years later to see anything similar in scale and ambition. So this is Dholavira. In Rakigadi, there's nothing much to see, because whatever they have excavated, they have again, to preserve it. So there's nothing much to see. This is Rakigadi, the village just outside. The Harappan civilization was a remarkable one. Initially, people thought that it's an offshoot of the Mesopotamian civilization, but now we know that's not true. It grew out of the developments in agriculture that were happening in the northwestern India. And it had very significant differences. It had a character of its own, very significant differences with West Asian or Mesopotamian or other civilizations. One of the things is that you do not see large statues of kings or emperors, nothing. Even the things that you have seen, the priest king or everything, when you actually see them, they are really small. They're not large deified statues of anyone. They're not large temples. And in the Mesopotamian civilization, there are at least 32 very large, what they call ziggurats, temples. They were the source of power. We do not have anything similar. And most remarkably, the seals and everything that we have in the Harappan civilization, there's no imagery of human on human violence. Imagine that. And there is violence, but that's between humans and animals, or humans and some godlike creatures, and all kinds of other kinds of violence. But human on human violence you can't see, except for one tiny seal which shows a woman flanked by two men on both sides with their spears angled at